Okay. And one of the things you have to understand clearly is that whether you like it or not, the most new technologies that take over don't take over because um, they, there was no opposition. There is always opposition, but one of the things that happen is that the people who are opposing will die off. Do you understand what I'm saying? When computers came, there were people who are using typewriter, and those guys were opposing what? Computers. They are saying, this thing cannot type. Especially when computers came earlier, the typing was not, and the printing was not even that fine. There's nothing about it that was going to make sense. Then they would continue in their old ways. Then at a point in time, nobody will be coming. And some of the people who are even doing typewriters, eyes on, they get old. Right? Now, AI is disrupting everything. It's disrupting people. Now, there are two things here. If you're an old filmmaker, you actually want to say, no, you shouldn't disrupt us. Right? But you could also, as an old filmmaker, say, no, this thing is powerful. It's going to deal with us. I have to learn the new way. Some of you guys are also quite young and also quite new in the industry, right? You guys are the best advantage to embrace this thing. You know what? You don't have inertia, you don't have a backlog, you don't have any old experience to say, hey, this is the way you used to do it. So you can move along and do it immediately. When I show, my son was playing with floppy disk. And he never knew what a floppy disk is. He was just playing it. But at that point in time, like 15 years ago or 20 years ago, if you remove a floppy disk like this and hold it in your hand, the kind of slap that you receive no will be here. Because inside that floppy disk will be one of the most important information at that point in time. But nobody uses floppy disk. I can remember those days when Flash came, we used to wear it like necktie and be bouncing with it in the university, like, saying like as if it was necklace. Nobody does that now. When Flash came, you bring it, you wear it. You know that Flash, there's a tag, it's always comfort. You wear it on your neck. Like a necklace, you'll be bouncing with it. That is how to know you're a tech guy. Do you understand? That you are wearing Flash like a necklace. Well, anybody who does that now, we're checking if you have something. That time the Flash was coming, we were saying it was 10 times the floppy disk. It came at 256 MB, something like that. So it was 10 times the size of the floppy disk. Now you can't compare the size now. That is how that technology of floppy disk and even compact disk has been wiped out. Have any of you seen a CD since? Have any of you ever, some people don't even know. My kids used to think that CDs are flying carpets. 700 MB. This is what you have to understand about what AI is doing right now. Now, what are we showcasing today? We are showcasing the things that we created for the Runway AI Film Challenge. I think I sent it to you guys group, right? 2 of us. Now, around 4 of us were able to do it. We shared it around the whole country to people who can do it. Now, this is a $50,000 challenge. We hope we win. Right? But it doesn't matter if we win or not. That's not the question. The question is not about we winning $50,000 or not. But the expansion of what we have done. That is that all of us that didn't know how to do AI, by doing it continually for almost 1 month, we have expanded our capabilities beyond what we could even have thought. And after we did it, like he submitted on Sunday, I submitted on Monday. That is just yesterday. It has been torture. That is the best way to say it. I'll give you an example. By Sunday, that is 2 days ago, we were still in this office. And by the time we left this office, it was 11:46 p.m. No jokes. And we came into this office by 9 a.m. on Sunday. We ate our food here. We worked from 9 a.m. to 11:46 p.m. creating those films. Because we know the deadline. I'm just trying to show you what the industry looks like also, especially for the young guys. Deadline is deadline. Remember, when we are talking about ethics, right? A deadline is what? A deadline. You don't come and joke about it. You deliver based on what? On deadline. If you are given a deadline, we know the deadline, so we have to deliver. So, I won't want to talk too much, right? We're going to show the first film. Because we don't have also the luxury of what? Too much time. We're already 30 minutes off, right? So, the first film, the first one in that list, right? The first film will be shown here. Who's controlling here? Okay. The first film will be shown here. Okay. And so when we are ready to show the first, so while they are setting up the first film, I'm showing you, telling you exactly what it is. And the beautiful thing with AI is that it reduces the cost by almost 90%. And I'll tell you why. I'll give you a story. In 2007, when we graduated, right? When I graduated, I started to go into animation. That was the very first thing I went into, right? And the first animation I did was a 5-minute music video of P-Square's song, Busybody. At that point in time, the only animation that existed then for music video was a Joya by Wade MC. I don't know if any of you know that song. Now, when I finished service and came back, I spent 6 months doing that animation. Then that animation I was using project we decided to separate it so that everybody can have a different experience, so that we can now talk about it, right? In doing that same here now in this project, I did an 11 minutes 49 seconds animation with AI. It took me 22 days only. So compare 6 months to 3.4941 seconds, and 22 days to 11 minutes. You could see how well cut out AI saves you time. Now, also when that is on one side, also when you look at, if I had wanted to do it as a live action movie, because I decided to make it animation, right? It's just a style. Animation is just a picture style. That is just what it is, right? If I decided that it should be photorealistic, right? That means it should be a live action film. That was exactly what I was discussing with her now, right? That for you to go to any location, it will not cost you anything less than 150,000 for just a small period of time. Taking actors, taking equipment, paying for the location, logistics, all those ones. People are going to eat now. They're not going to eat there. Now, it's going to take you because you are minimum like 150,000 just doing a minimal shoot. But you could sit down with AI and do that. Even with paid AI, where you are paying for the tokens and the credits, it won't cost you more than, assuming it's a 5 minutes, it won't cost you more than 50,000 to do. So you could see that in cost, it has reduced the cost seriously. And it is at this era right? You guys are the ripe era where these things are becoming very popular and everybody can use it. Unlike in my era, it's just like the era of phone. People don't understand before that if you have to get listening to news, what do? You tune into NTA by 9. That's the time you listen to news, though. NTA by 9, and you listen to news from 9 to 10. That's the only time you know what is happening in this country. Then by 10 o'clock, then they will now play film. By 12, they now do shh. Everybody goes home. But right now, you are listening to news, you are hearing what is happening here, hearing what is happening in the world from the palm of your phone. If they come over, if something happened in Ogiri and you are there, and they say this is what happened, you can go on Facebook and post your own video and say this is not what happened. So I can listen to the news outlet, I can use it to the public what? News. People don't understand that this is a new thing where the citizens are supplying us with what? News. It's a new thing. But some of you guys grew up into what? Into this system. That is the system what you met. You are a native to what? Social media. Like me, I'm not a digital native. I wasn't born to in the digital world. I was born in the analog world. So we experience the analog and the digital now. So some of the things you see and it looks to you, you take for granted, are new technology and new things. So what I'm trying to say is that you don't know how much this is, the amount of effort that have been done to create and to make this happen, right? So we are going to screen 4 films. Luckily, all of them are short, right? Luckily, all of them are short films. So luckily, all of them are short films. What we want to do is we screen, we'll talk, we'll screen, we'll talk, we'll screen, we'll talk. Then we'll now have the final screening, and all of us can go home. Am I clear on that? Are we game? Okay. So go to full screen. Okay, fine. Then I think are you ready? Okay, we off the lights. So you switch before we off the lights, so that we could have some cinema experience, have we? So, have you switched? Okay. So at this point, we're going to screen the fourth part. The fourth part is a film by young Chimezrin Charles. You guys already know him, right? He's the guy that taught you guys cinematography. Yes? Okay, game. You guys know him. So this is a film on the fourth part. He will have been here to explain and talk about his film himself, but he's in Abuja. He's doing travel to Abuja to do part of the Tibet training also. So, ladies and gentlemen, please watch the fourth part. The lights, please. I don't know why these two ones are. Okay. The audio should enter here now. Have a seat. So you can go on and screen
anymore. They now call it a major storage facility. But we remember the names: Beirut, Tianjin, now this one. Each time, the same ingredients: ammonium nitrate, or chlorine, or something else we all need, stored in a place no one inspected, forgotten on a manifest, sitting for years beside a school, a hospital, a neighborhood. These chemicals travel the world across borders without passports, from one factory in one country to a warehouse in another, to a port in a third, where no one asked the question, who is watching? We have treaties and guidelines, but guidelines are not guides. Sitting for responsible care does not stop a barrel from rusting in the sun or a manifest from going missing. And now, the climate adds its own. A hurricane hits a plant and the poison doesn't stop at the county line. It becomes a natek, a word no one can pronounce, but everyone breathes. We have science, we have standards, but what we lack is the thread, something that ties every port, every warehouse, every rail crossing to a single promise. This will not happen again, because today, if a chemical moves from one country to another, the rules change at every border. One nation inspects, the next assumes. One has inspectors, the other has intentions. And in the gap between intentions and inspections, the fourth port burns. So, here's what the solution looks like. It is not one more voluntary guideline. It is a flaw, a minimum standard that every facility handling hazardous material must meet, regardless of the flag above it. It is capacity, not charity, but shared responsibility, so that a country building its chemical industry does not build it on a fault line of neglect. And it is enforcement, because a rule without consequence is only ink on paper. They will build another port, they always do. The question is whether we will build it on the memory of the last one, or on the architecture of a promise we were too fragmented to keep. The chemicals are not going away, they are part of how we live. But safety does not have to be local. Security does not have to stop at the border. We know what happened at the first port, and the second, and the third. The fourth port can be different if we choose to make it so.
Drums line behind a chain link grandstands from 6 dead languages, fading in the wind. Paper rules in a rusted glove box. Sign says clear, but the lock never talks. Whose job was it to count the leaks, to read the
Introducing Grammarly, like you've never seen before.
The ports are not named in the reports anymore. They now call it a major storage facility. But we remember the names: Beirut, Tianjin, now this one. ingredients, ammonium nitrate, or chlorine, or something else we all need, stored in a place no one inspected, forgotten on a manifest, sitting for years beside a school, a hospital, a neighborhood. These chemicals travel the world, across borders without passports, from one factory in one country to a warehouse in another, to a port in a third, where no one asked the question, who is watching? We have treaties and guidelines, but guidelines are not guards. Responsible care does not stop a barrel from rusting in the sun or a manifest from going missing. And now, the climate adds its own. A hurricane hits a plant and the poison doesn't stop at the county line. It becomes a natek, a word no one can pronounce, but everyone.
So the creativity is abound. I'm going to do an impromptu thing. I'm going to want to show you what you did. Because practically, part of what we try to do here is to try to celebrate as much as possible what people have done. And I'll also ask you, I'll also impromptu, I'll give you this mic to talk about your own journey too, right? I know you didn't plan it, but I was just going back there and I said, come on, this is necessary. Because we need to be able to celebrate what you have done. Because we have been teaching, we taught you guys AI was in, AI filmmaking was it March or April? March. How many of you have done anything with it? Okay, so I will want to see what you have done. I will also want to see what you have done. You understand? So I will also, while we will set up, can you just come over here? She's also an AI filmmaker, a cinematographer turned an AI filmmaker. I will give her the microphone to introduce herself.
Greetings, good evening everyone. Good evening. Okay, my name is Opara Nkechi, and I will proudly let all of you know that I was once a student of Digital Dream from 2023 up until 2025. I actually spent almost 2 years with this institute, and they impacted a lot in me. So just like him, most of you here are way older, you know. Our generation is analog, so tuning in into the digital world, it was very challenging. But after the lockdown, I said to myself, it's like everything revolves in the computer, so we just have to find a way to survive there. That's the global market. If you're doing anything and you're not on the internet, then I'm sorry, you're going to be left behind, just like if you could met, I don't know if some of you met the Nitel phone. We talk about floppy disk. Some of you don't even know what that is. I once explained to people I use this subway here, went to Port Harcourt, Borogri. You know, if I had to talk to my father, this one will be also how far. You go write letter, buy 20
there's a
copies,
thing
place it.
she's
Spend
going
2
to,
weeks, wait for it.
we are going to showcase
That's
our
how
work
filmmaking is. You
midway
have to
before we
spend
show the
lots
second
of
one.
resources to create.
You understand?
So just
So,
going forward, let me keep it
Get
brief.
her link.
They've actually motivated me to do more. Initially, my side hustle, I'm a government worker, I work in National Gallery. My side hustle was more or less like, content. So I wanted to put something out there. So I realized that AI was making the job easier. I used to shoot with DSLR cameras, but right now, with AI, things are easier and faster. So, like he said, just in a few couple of months, Benny, I don't know if some of you know Benny, he, just like Chooks here, he handles the digital dreams at Pentagon by, what's it called, Damija, see you're going to Transecure, they have an institute there. So I went there, I spent 2 years there, so they've actually touched my life. Recently, I opened a Facebook channel, just Monday, yesterday will make it a week. And I created an avatar. Then I decided to use the avatar to introduce myself and my storyline. So I think from there, I don't know if maybe the system is up, I'll be able to show you what I created. Thank you. It's my pleasure meeting you all. Thank you. Sorry.
It is like I say, it is not in cho cho cho. It is in do do do. What are you doing? And you guys, you see, sometimes you have to be begging people.
Sorry.
I've been saying this and I'm begging people. I beg, I beg. At this juncture, you don't have any. If there is any of these courses we have taught, cinematography, this thing. If there's anyone I'm so focused on to make sure and tell you guys, I beg, make sure you don't mix this AI with. As a filmmaker, it creates a whole lot of opportunities. I think there's something she did not tell you. She did this channel in 1 week, and she has 2.2 followers right now in 1 week. 1 week, 1 week, 1 week.
The R is not working. I don't know.
Now, with her speed, she could know the amount of content she can pump out.
Yes, for her.
And it's lovely seeing what people can do. So, like I said, it's not cho, right?
Here is my channel. Here is my channel, and I don't know if I'll be able to find the trailer here, but let me just go in and see. So maybe I'll play this. I don't know.
And if you are patient enough, I will tell you passionate stories about emotional struggle, conflict, and the truth.
Is it the silence?
Yes, now. It's already playing. So
It doesn't have any audio.
I don't. Why is the volume not coming up?
The speaker is up.
I greet you. Well done. What's the problem?
Greetings, great people. Stay with me. Let's show you how beautiful the West African landscapes and coasts are. And if you are patient enough,
I will tell you passionate stories about emotional struggle, conflict, and the true crime we face. Who knows what we can learn from these experiences? Opara AI brings powerful narratives to life using AI-driven storytelling and cinematic documentaries. Because behind every silence, we tell the stories people don't talk about. We don't just create content, we amplify voices.
Having facial contact.
Greetings, great people. Stay with me. Let's show you how beautiful the West African landscapes and coasts are. And if you are patient enough,
I will tell you passionate stories about emotional struggle, conflict, and the true crime we face. Who knows what we can learn from these experiences? Opara AI brings powerful narratives to life using AI-driven storytelling and cinematic documentaries. Because behind every silence, we tell the stories people don't talk about. We don't just create content, we amplify voices.
greetings, great people. Stay with me. Let's show you how beautiful the West African landscapes and coasts are. And if you are patient enough,
I will tell you passionate stories about emotional struggle, conflict, and the true crime we face. Who knows what we can learn from these experiences? Opara AI brings powerful narratives to life using AI-driven storytelling and cinematic documentaries. Because behind every silence, we tell the stories people don't talk about. We don't just create content, we amplify voices.
Let's show you how beautiful the West African landscapes and coasts are. And if you are patient enough,
I will tell you passionate stories about emotional struggle, conflict, and the
tell
your
you
friend,
what was
your
sitting
own
in that
heart
drawer in
that
my father's
deserves.
room. Because that is the moment the whole story finally breathed.
What are you not
Thank you
saying?
very much.
What are you carrying in your
What
chest
are
right
you
now?
not saying?
About your mother,
What
your
are
father,
you
your
carrying
friend,
in your chest
your own
right now?
heart that deserves to be spoken out loud before another 3 years go by.
That one was for
Say
you guys.
the
That
thing
applause was for you guys.
before you go to bed tonight. Say the thing. But first, let me tell you what was sitting in that drawer in my father's room. Because that is the moment the whole story finally begins. What are you not saying? What are you carrying?
Is YouTube because listen. Now we are streaming. No, the next one is one. Go to the last chapter. Right? It's premiering in 1:52 seconds. And the next movie is created by no other than Mr. Benny. Please, stand up, applause. Stand up, please. So I beg, you are coming out too. You are coming out. So, coming out and you tell us what the movie is all about while we are waiting for the premiere to count down.
Hello. All right. The movie is for it's called the last chapter, and it's being told by a dog. It's from the dog perspective, the life experience, the last encounter he had with the boss. Before, I be able to take.
No, pause this thing so that it won't come out.
Should I say everything about the story? No.
No.
It should be a suspect. So, but it's just from the dog perspective on the last encounter with the boss. So maybe I'll come back after it, so I don't let it. Exactly. Thank you. So, but the title, the last chapter.
Why is it the last chapter?
Because that's the last phase.
Okay,
Life experience. Everything that happened. That if you have watched the movie that I'm talking before.
Daddy, me that was trying to help you by asking you questions.
You are
and you're
That's my
teaching.
favorite actor.
You are disturbing me.
So, look at the movie. Is what happened within 24 hours, but it's action packed. So that's exactly this one. I wanted to make it such a way that it's what happened within a day. It's okay. Just the last chapter. That's the last phase. I'll be okay. So let's see. I'll be back.
Okay. Thank you.
All those lights, we need more lights. See, SP, you are streaming and you're not noticing that place you are looking is dark. You are not seeing that thing is dark. Are you not supposed to want to tell them to get more picture? Swap to the distance. Swap to the YouTube.
This is the final chapter. Each night, I come here hoping to glimpse him, perhaps in the stars or the silent sky, believing his soul now soars as an angel, watching from beyond. I am Bonnie, and he was my whole world. This is the final chapter of my encounter with Benjamin.
He's healthy. You've taken good care of him.
The doctor says that you are doing just fine.
Did you have fun in the water?
Thank you, Bonnie.
Good job. Please ensure the document is kept safe. I will certainly do so, sir. Who's a good boy? Yes, you are.
Good boy. Only you came today?
I am sorry, he is gone.
What do you mean by gone?
Benjamin bequeathed all that he owned and cherished to you as his final wish.
They say goodness fades while sorrow lingers. So I wonder, in the quiet of my heart, if I was somehow unworthy, left
Thank you
behind by
kindly.
God's choosing. And each time I tried to call him, hoping he will answer me, a voice will echo from the shop.
Bonnie, Bonnie, where are you? Why are you outside again?
As though I am caught between from the shop.
Bonnie, Bonnie, where are you? Why are you outside again?
As though I am caught between what was lost and what must now be. I am Bonnie, and I will love him forever, because loyalty never dies.
Right? we'll do a panel discussion on AI and what? Filmmaking. And I will invite people to the podium to discuss it. All right? Then after the discussion, we could now go over and do the next one, do the next screening. We'll do another small talk. Then we can now watch the last movie, and everybody can go. And I'm going to invite the first person who is going to join the discussion would be the person who are going to screen his movie next, Mr. Obiora Neji. I think you guys know him already, right? Eh? It's not you guys script writing, right? Right? So, please, I'm also inviting Mr. Benignus Ubu. Come over. So we can ask him, please. I'm going to moderate too. I'm not so sure. My job will be to moderate. Right? I will also invite Neka to join. Okay. And this is where we are going to be discussing how we all can reimagine the film industry with AI. And I will start with Mr. Ben. We'll give him the mic. Huh? I'll start with Mr. Ben. So I think your film was just last screened, right? What was the experience like in creating the movie?
Hello, it's very challenging. Being at initially when I was told about the competition, I felt it's already too close to compete. Then on Easter Day, I met Chooks, and he said that they have postponed the date to 20th of this month, and therefore that I must join. So I started the whole thing my Easter Monday. So coupled with other ones, I was like, okay, trying to meet up, because once I promised him I would do it, I don't have option than to deliver. So the next thing now is within the story on my head, which one will I be able to finish within the stipulated time? So it's very challenging but very good experience, because as you are doing it, you are encountering a lot of challenges which you didn't exist, and then you have to surmount it, you have to encounter it. The good thing, and at the end of the day, you will not be at the same level you were before, because it's not like getting with the project. When you learn with the project, you always get better at the end of the day. It's very challenging. One of the challenges is most of the AI tools is not free. So you have to pay. Or if you are using the free one, they will mess you up. At times you ask the AI to generate somebody that wave hand like this. To your surprise, you see the same person having 3 hands waving like this. Very frustrating. So with free AI tools, you are bound to face challenges. And that's one of the things. And you can't, because the cost is in dollar. And when you convert it here, it's a huge amount of money for us. So you can't just go in there and say, okay, let me pay for something you're not even sure of the results. So we still have the problem of paying for it. We know that the best is pay version, but we can't pay until we are sure of the way of covering our money. We are business people. So you are not sure you are going to recover the money, so you can't pay. Rather, you just try to maneuver your way. If this one give you 2 credits, maybe 2 videos, and that's the end for the day, you have to switch over to another one. At the end of the day, you discover that even the standard of the whole clips will not be the same. Yeah, so you might be able to switch from one tool to another, but it will not be the same. Today, Pitchverse will give me 2 videos as their daily credit. Next tomorrow, what is it called? Flow, VEO, we give it 2, but their standard is not the same. So these are some of the challenges. The tools are not free. Coupled with that, the time frame was short, but I'll just have to come up with something I can meet up within the time. So the major challenges for every AI user in Africa or part of this world as developing countries is that it's not free. And that amount, they might call it $30, which means it might mean small amount for them, but for us it's big. So that is it. So you have a limited credit to work on. So, and once you generate one and it has that error, the credit has gone. You understand? If you didn't give you what you want, the credit has gone. You have to find another way or wait for the next day for another free credit. So, thank you.
Wow. You guys have, I think I will extend the same question to Obiora. You understand? Can you also give us in a different perspective of how what you encounter?
Well, first of all, can you hear me? Yes. Let me appreciate Mr. Chooks. There's a story I read, there's a book by Zig Ziglar, See You at the Top. So, a man was, there's a challenge, there's a pool filled with crocodiles. So, there's a challenge that if you could go across the pool and then to the other side, okay, that if you could make it to the other side, you get like $10,000. And before the announcement was over, someone was already flying over the crocodiles. And the guy got up to the other side, and then they were praising him. Everybody was, and the guy was so angry. He couldn't understand. The guy was like, he doesn't understand what they're talking about. Could anybody, he was like, he needs to know the man that pushed him into that pool. He found himself inside the pool and he had to make it to the other side. Of course, he won the money, but that was not the issue. Okay? So Chukso pushed me into the pool. Okay? I was on this side. The first day he talked to me about it, I was like, yeah, of course we know what's happening. It's like, we're going to make a movie. I said, yeah. Yes.
That.
And then the next time he comes around, I thought he was joking. I like, there's a competition. Okay, fine. You guys can enter in my mind. I'm like, so me now. That was in my mind. Then I started working on the stage half-heartedly. Like, I got like 1,000 credits, view 3.1, but it was free actually. They gave me like a month free. Wow. So I felt I'll cover it. Within hours. One Saturday morning, we were here. But before we left, I'd exhausted the 1,000 credits. I'm like, oh now. So I talked to Chukso was like, how is it going? I said, the credits, I've exhausted the credits. Chukso was like, no problem. If we need to buy, we'll buy. I thought I had an excuse. So the first deadline was 31st March. It was over. Then once when we passed the deadline, I was like, Chukso, yes, the deadline. We couldn't meet it, right? Chukso was like, no, they've extended it to 20th April. What am I going to do? Okay. So I had to go buy a course on Udemy. I bought a course on Udemy on AI Filmmaking. Crash course, And then because initially I was trying to do it, just muzzle my way through, but then it wasn't working. So, of course, the course didn't solve all my problems, but it gave me, it helped me take the first steps. And once I started moving, that was it. Okay, and I thought 20 days was, you think 20 days is long, right? By the 20th of April, I was here. Chukso, remember, Chukso was like, "Elby, you have to go, it's late." And I'm like, go where? I can't submit today. In my mind, Chukso was like, keep working, you might make it. By 1 o'clock in the night, I'm still on my system. Normally, I sleep early. As a rule, what the hell is in this world? That kind of thing. After the hard day's job, whatever, I have to sleep early. That's my reward. But I gave it up to trying to. By 1, I was still up, and I had the movies, I cut them out. Because I had to become a video editor overnight as well. Alright? All thanks to Chukso. Okay? So, there was no voice, there was no sound. I told you, I'll submit this thing like this. Then I decided to check the platform. And then it was 27th April. I'm like, I called Chukso now by 1. Of course, he didn't pick. And then I sent him WhatsApp messages. He didn't respond. I was like, well, no problem. Thank goodness. Let me sleep. When I came here the next day, I was telling Tukso, like, so happy, excited, telling him we postponed. Tukso was like that, he knew all the time. Tukso.
Pushed you inside.
My brain almost bust that out. But thankfully, and the more I did it, and you saw the output, the more I was even encouraged to do it. Okay, by the 26th, like you said, we were here. I thought it was just, okay, we'll come in the morning. I called Tukso. Are you there? He said, yeah, we've been here since 9. I was at home at about 10. I was like, what? I came here. We were here. I got into my house like 12 in the night. Okay, but I submitted that day. Okay, he submitted the next day. All right, so that's what my experience is like, and why I appreciate. I don't really. He talks about culture, fine, but I'm coming from, like him. We're coming from an analog era. And I appreciate how this thing, like what motivated me was the first video Tukso did with AI. You sent it to me, I'm like, it ran for how many seconds or so? And I'm like, where's the rest of the movie, man? This is so exciting. Okay? So when I saw that, I told Tukso, see, we're at the verge of something monumental here. I don't know whether, my analogy is like the digital camera and the analog camera. When the digital camera came out, people were like, you guys are joking. All sorts of excuses, credits, this, that. For me, that's not the issue here. Okay? There's an experience I had when I was at Nsuka with something we were working on. We called it College Mobile. It was supposed to be like Facebook, but within the campus. We gave it up. Why? Because we were wondering, because we needed internet to access it. Okay? And at that time, we had like Rainbow Net, and it was few people that could. So we were like, can students actually pay for internet? Look at us today. We gave it up. So when people talk about AI credits, well, fortunately for me, Meta AI was free. And I did all my movie. The whole movie was done.
Can you zoom in to him?
It was just a part that was
Can you just set up the other camera? Sometimes you zoom in that camera.
But it wasn't up to like 3 seconds or so. The whole movie was done with free Meta AI. You watch it and if you are someone that appreciates you would have. In fact, I wanted to dedicate it to Meta AI, but I decided because I appreciate. How many videos we generated? Hundreds for free. I'm like, wow. Okay, so that has been my experience. For me, it's something worth getting into if you're really interested in, content creation and filmmaking. For me, that's the future. Thank you very much.
I'm the on our way host, moderator.
Yes, sir.
I think I'll ask Nkechi.
Yes.
Oh, I said call you Neka sometimes.
Yes.
I was asking Nkechi this time, where do you see AI in the next 3 years, and where do you see yourself in the AI boom in the next 3 years?
Yes, and AI is the future. So for me, the way I envision everything is that in the current world we live in, you should always see your catchment area as your strength. What do I mean by that? A lot of us are very, very curious about, let's survive, let's japa, is abroad is the thing, that's the thing. But the truth is that you can be in the comfort of your home and get collaboration with the likes of the whole world that can give you a tremendous amount of money to keep telling your story and to keep showing the world the other parts of the world that you don't have access to. We should be proud to be Black people. We should be proud to be here. Because imagine when I don't know, some of you are younger, but I'm sure you who saw the movie like Coming to America. For me, one of the things that thrilled me most in that film is the African energy that coming to America had. Because the truth is that these white people, they still want to see you. They want to feel you. They want to, because they're used to seeing a lot of people. I keep telling people, when you want to create, a lot of people are after trying to copy the white people. The white people have seen a lot of the clean environment, the beaches. They don't mind seeing the real thing. So AI is going to make your life easier by, when you're creating, it's like automation. It's like full automation. It just helps you to do something that could have been done in 6 months. Like how Chooks told you, the first film he shot took him 6 months with fruit, I don't know, one of those Asian little years. But today he could do a movie for 22 days. The truth is that even when you run ads for people, if you check the cost of production, you will understand that media is a very, very expensive business. And what you give is what you get. So no matter what you're creating, there are people out there that want to consume, as in when I mean consume you, it's like the music industry, it's like Afro pop. There's a reason why somebody wants to collaborate with Burna Boy. It's not like they've not seen Kendrick Lamar or all those foreign people, but no, they don't want to identify with all those. They want something new. So you are the new thing, and AI has come to stay. Anyone who has refused to use AI today, it's like you saying, okay, I'm going to use the Nitel phone, or I'm going to wait for 9 o'clock to tune into NTA. So the world is moving ahead, and AI is here to stay. So I encourage each and every one of us. It's a very big market. Find what you can do, what you love, and tap into AI. Thank you very much.
And just as she was saying, my organ just walked in. I beg, please, a round of applause. I beg, organ, stand up. No, you got to sit down. No, organ, you have to stand up. I beg. Eh? No. Everybody stand up to greet my organ. I beg. I'm my organ with this. I beg you. We can't. We can't. I beg. I've been telling him to don't worry, he's down there. He's going to come to the stage to talk. So okay. So I think everybody is seeing this, what it entails and what AI can do. Right? And we have seen the experiences. If at this point in time you don't embrace AI in filmmaking as a creative media professional, in our corner band as well, as they say it. Because one, if they say you should have money for VFX, you don't have the money for VFX. Money for camera, you don't have money for camera. Money for location, you don't have money for location. Right? Now, what is your level? What can make you productive and create your own story? And as see here, nobody cares about whether the story is an animation or was done by AI or was done by human being or was done by aliens. What people care about is it a good an entertaining story. That is period. Nobody cares. We have watched animation, we have watched cartoon, we have watched anything. I think one of my best movies today is Tom and Jerry. I said if I watch Tom and Jerry, I know I have watched the same Tom and Jerry over and over and over and again. I've never seen any movie I've watched that same number of times, and I'm still watching it. If you put Tom and Jerry now, I'll still watch it. Right? So nobody cares. The question is, you have a good story. That's why in this thing we have been talking about story. Have a good entertaining story. Understand the concept. Produce your content. And AI, you can do this thing. Don't be talking about hey, it has to be free. Nothing is free. If you have to pay, get the credits and do. But what I always tell people is, use the free ones to learn. So do something right now. Right now, Meta AI is free, right? Grok used to be free before. So use it as fast as possible and learn as fast as possible. So that once we have developed and you know how to do these things, you can do what? Actually now, do the paid version and handle it, right? So I think at this juncture, we should give a round of applause to them. Yes. the next, okay, the next, we are premiering the next movie. The next movie will be from Obiora Neji, I think, right? So,
That's
eh?
right. Yes.
I think she should come and tell us about this movie a little bit before we premiere it, right?
Well, the movie was produced under duress, like I mentioned. But it was there was an article because when I heard of the competition, I was like asking myself, I didn't have any idea, any clue of what to do. Okay, there was none, and I just posed the question to myself, like, we need to do this, okay? And then I just forgot about it. And then there's an article I wrote about a deer. I used a deer, like an antelope kind of being that got thirsty for blood and wanted to take out the lion. Okay, and that's based on it. But then the nuance here is that when the whole theme is about, because I always like asking questions, okay? I find it difficult, like maybe the theme is love. No, I want to ask you a question, okay, about power, about faith. And the subtitle is, the title is In Gone With Trust. The subtitle is When Belief Turns Bloody. Okay, people bomb their fellow human beings and they claim some God is behind us. Okay, we are God's whatever, and then we are justified in this killing. And I'm asking myself, is it really right? Okay, and how does it all end? All right, so that's the kind of thing that you'll be seeing that's the question the movie's trying to maybe just not answer, but highlight. Thank you very much.
Dika, stay close. Dika, stay close. Look at the birds of the air. They don't worry, but they get fed.
Power is not given. It is taken. And a right.
Nilo, remember.
You must be faster than the fastest lion to survive.
Good.
Sister Ola, would we actually be ruling over the lions?
By faith, dear. By faith. By faith.
Run!
And a right.
No.
Corey, it is time to set our people free.
Uncle Obi. Pam!
Shooting is easy. Stopping isn't.
The lions rule because we let them. We are the favored ones. The gods are with us.
the gods. Do not take sides.
Wait, wait.
Now! You didn't have to, Corey.
He got in my way.
We're supposed to share.
Huh!
Return the gun!
Take it!
You don't belong here any longer.
You too.
Leave us!
You win against people like you. Against yourself.
She is mine.
Pray that the blind who fight in darkness may see that whoever bites his finger eats his own flesh. Grant that the deaf in strife hear one another's yearning for relief. Let the dumb in silent amity speak the words of unity.
I don't hear the clap. I did not hear the clap. I beg. Obio, I also come out. Eh? So, at this point, we have watched your movie, right? Right? We will ask you some questions. But I don't want to be the one doing all the accent, right? So we have watched 3 movies now. I think Mr. Ben also should come along so that they can ask 2 of you the questions on your movie. Right? So I can tell us, if 2 of you are here, you can tell us what, have a seat there. No, see, 2 of you come and sit here. I'm not the one asking any questions. The crowd should be able to ask you questions on your so who's the first person who is asking? My Oga. Now you can ask in Igbo.
I get A1 for Igbo. No,
camera should turn low, friends. The way this one, my Oga can ask you question. I'm not go video. I beg, when I don't serious. Wait, first. When the camera people they ready first. Who else is asking question? Okay, want to ask you a question. When the camera people they ready. There's no way. You have to block. Everybody.
What answers on the last one? It was the last one. The last one we had, you know? When we crossed there, it was, I hope it's a big point. Also for one before this last one that we did. So I was asked, like, how long? It's like this, how long does it take to create those movie? And how come do you come with the ideas of everything concerning this is the question and also the conflict, like I noticed there was no breaking.
There was no breaking in the video we did, because I noticed I've used in my own AI production, video production, like I've made some mistakes, and also the video my video doesn't give me what I want.
Put in your mouth.
Okay, my video doesn't.
Hello, hi.
Okay, my video doesn't give me what I want. It doesn't give me what I want. So I want to know how come, how you did it.
Okay. Am I supposed to answer this one? Okay. Okay. You talked about coming up with the idea, right? How long it takes. Well, when it comes to coming up with an idea, I can't say for sure how long, because but I guess it becomes I think the thing is about the feasibility. Is it even possible to come up with an idea you could turn into a movie, right? And yes, because life is all about stories, okay? And each of us, there's a story you're telling yourself about the world, okay? But just that you're not paying attention to it, okay? One way of building ideas, like I said, the movie was based on an article I wrote so many years ago. I can't even remember when. Maybe if I check the date on the system, I can know, okay? But it was a period in certain period in my life when I was able to express my experiences through writing. I found writing, and then I discovered poetry when I was doing my youth service. I didn't really read literature, any of those things, okay? But when you're somewhere, in a remote village and not doing anything, I started reading poetry, started writing poetry. So it was a way of documenting my life. All right. You can't really, it's not really easy to come up with ideas that don't concern you. It has to be questions you're asking. And all of us are asking questions, just that we're not paying attention. So when it comes to coming up with ideas, it's about the things that, touch you, okay? When you begin to pay attention to them, it becomes easier and easier. I didn't know it was going to turn into a movie, okay? So one thing I'll suggest is maybe you learn to write things down, all right? And what I realized that once you start writing, it will shock you. Like, you just start writing and you find yourself writing even more and more. Now, when it comes to the actual technicalities of making the video, this is like about 9 minutes or thereabout. This is like my first one, okay. But what I realized was it started getting easier, okay, because now the more you do it with each iteration, you're beginning to see, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong. This is what I need to do right. So it took about more than 30 days to do this, okay, of consistent work. But I believe if I have to repeat it, it may take less, okay, from ideation to, well, not ideation, but actually the actual technicalities from screenplay, because I already had the screenplay, okay, and then putting it to the AI and all that. This is tentative. These numbers I'm calling out, okay? Do you understand? It's tentative. Okay, but what I believe is that with each new iteration, you can only get better and better. Now, when it comes to consistency of character, which was what you were asking of, right? You can use a frame to video, right? Frame to video. That's, you get an image and give it to that's where the magic is. Okay, when you want to generate the image, okay, you have to ensure that you provide a reference image. For instance, you want a certain scene, right? You provide a reference image when you're generating the new image for the scene. So you ask the AI to use the reference uploaded image as a reference. All right, you have to stick to that so that he can recreate it. So at every point, it wasn't something that was created like, continuously. Okay, it was in bits and pieces. Then we had to stitch together. But at every point, you had to ensure. But then like I said, this Meta AI, and it was free. So I really appreciate what it did. You notice, okay, let me not. But there were places where the character, even with all that, you could still, but it's a little bit difficult if you get caught up with the story, right? That's the beauty of having a story that's engaging. But I saw it, I'm like, oh, but in all, this is a way of getting your character to be consistent. Okay?
Hello. In addition to that, in everywhere you start with their character, you create a prompt describing the character. Then you say a lady of 45 years, wearing red, so face description, hair, top, dressing, the bottom to be. So you have a constant fixed prompt description of that character. So that when you use it to create image, if you want the same character again in another environment, you bring up the same description. Do you understand? Then now change the environment. With that, you can have a consistent character. Then in the question of how long, it depends. Like I told you this one, I was forced into it, and I started it on Easter Monday. So knowing that the deadline is 20th, so within 2 weeks, I was able to create within 2 weeks. Because I started on 5th, and I was looking at 20th as the deadline. So by the time they shifted after that, at the end of that 20th, I was already done. So by the time they shifted 27th, I was not in the mood. I was like, whether to start a new one, create another story, or just to move on with that particular one. So you can, it depends on the story and then the length. You can finish a good story within 2 weeks. You can finish it within 1 month. Say 30 days within 1 month. You can finish within 1 month. So it's about just you having passion for what you do. At my early stage, I wanted to tell a story. I wanted to express a lot. I started with drawing. At the end of the day, it didn't give me that satisfaction because I can't tell everything by drawing. Then at my second level in education, I turned into writing, trying to write story. At the end of the day, it doesn't give me that particular thing again because like I have a lot of stories, but how do I pour everything out the way it's in my mind? So thank God the introduction of the AI, it gives everybody chance, everybody opportunity to express yourself. Tell the world your own story. You understand? Now, most of the challenges we have in creating this is one is after writing the story, because of our English background, it might not be that thick as you want. But the first thing that when you create the story, when you draft the sketch, the what you call the skeletal one, ask ChatGPT to fine tune it. It will give you a better story. That's the same. You have the original story. What the ChatGPT now doing is just fine tune it, making the necessary correction and then putting the right word at the right place. And at the end of the day, the next you can also use those okay, change it to create what you call video script. So that particular story you have up here, after writing it, might look so rough. Put it down, write it from A to end. Then now you use the same AI to fine tune the story. From there you can move on. Thank you. Okay, yes, ask question.
I wanted to know, is it necessary to have the storyteller different from the AI scripter? Because I noticed that while you may have a good story, you may not have the terminology to express it. I don't know what I understand. Like maybe I wanted a camera to zoom on to something or to pan out or some of those cinematographic terms, right? I'm wondering whether the storyteller should be the person scripting the AI. I'm just asking whether it would it not make, will it be like a division of labor where you have somebody, because we face the same thing when we're doing software, where the precision of the terms you use and give to the AI makes a very big difference in the quality of the output. So that's what
Well, I think I'm in a good position to answer this as a novice movie maker. I wrote the story. PT was my editor. Okay, we went through it together. He made some suggestions. I didn't agree with them, but he made some suggestions that made a difference, right? So we went back and forth till I was able to sort it out. I really don't know anything about movie making. I've not made one before. Okay, so I was able to come across what's known as master shots. Master shots, right? Now, these are the, you could give the AI, like I use Gemini, you could give it the scene and tell it to break it down into what's known as master shots. It will give you the master shots with the prompts. All right? Now, with the prompts, you can generate the images, that's the frames. And then you could even take the prompts, like what I do. I take the prompt to like, back to Gemini and say, hey, give me the video generation prompts. Sometimes, you know, I have to now tweak it. I'm playing the role of the director now. I'm looking at the image, I'm like, this is not what I want. Okay, this won't give me the, that's just what I'm doing. But Gemini was my director of photography. So he knew all those terms. So you see the master shot, close up, I didn't know any of those things. But as I generated images, I began to see what close up meant, extreme close up, what it meant, this, that. So when I see something like, oh, no, I don't want an extreme close up here. Now, do you understand? But it was the AI that taught me actually. You know, so one person can do it all. All right. Yeah, but you know, like from your experience and what we know in the world, you know, collaboration, synergy produces, because if you have a second eye looking at it, you could do something better. But besides that, one person can.
You have almost answered it. AI is something that where you are the cameraman, you are the director, you are the actor, you are everything. So you can do everything. But we know that together, if you can bring two heads, two good heads together, you will always come up with better work. But if it's possible, yes, you can do everything. But you have to learn a lot because in the process, you have to know the cinematography, where this close shot, long range shot, and so on and so forth is needed. You also need to be a video editor. Do you understand? You also need to do something like After Effects, where you can inculcate those sound effects, step walking, eating, and all those things. So there's a lot of branches of ICT or whatever that you need to know. But with those knowledge, yes, you can do it. But we all know that when two, three people that are good come together, their work is always better.
If we can take the next movie, there will still one more question. There's a question after the next. So, please, a round of applause for them. So let's watch the next one. The next one, they always say, "I hope you enjoy this as much as I enjoy." I did not enjoy producing this one. As far as I'm concerned, the next movie you are about to watch was a torture of 32 days. Yesterday I was with Toby and I was checking my number of assets produced. I noticed that I did 261 videos. That's the one that I downloaded, though. Not the ones that did not work. And I did 324 pictures. These are the ones that work, though. If I should be counting the ones, because for every 3 pictures you produced, right, one will be okay. For every 2 or 3 videos you produce, one will be okay. So the ones that worked was 324 pictures and 261 videos. And the touch of me and this guy was, even this morning we are still working on doing another thing because the audio we used, YouTube had to flag it this morning, and we have to produce another song today. You see me by this morning, I was rapping sound for Mr. L. Please, a round of applause for this guy. My sound is nice. This guy is badass. That's the baddest BX effect and sound effect you use. Baddest. No person. I can bet my money. If you say what I bet, I'll bet. Nobody beat the guy. So please, so I'll give him all the credit for the sound. It is a sound. The sound in this thing is more important even than the audio, than what I did. Right? So let's take this to the beginning. Let's take it to the beginning where it's doing pom 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 pom. Yes. So while you're doing the pom pom pom, you can put the audio very well. Okay, guys,
about Okan?
You played well today.
What did I? What did I do?
He hates me.
He doesn't. Everyone carries pain. He has his, you have yours. When the root is gone, even the wind feels like an enemy.
He is too harsh.
Shh, it's okay now. In your case, you feel punishment twice. Once from the pain, and once from their absence. You will always wonder what life would be if they were still here.
I can't keep doing this. How do I feed the son of the man who ruined us?
It is not the boy's fault. It's the father's.
Neither is it my fault. Look at you. 4 million naira for your treatment. He smiled in our house, prayed with us, then disappeared with our money.
It is not the boy's fault. Promise me you will not punish him for his father's sin.
Step by step, watch it grow. Putting my heart on the page, letting the feeling show.
No matter what, don't come out.
Okan, come and eat. Okan hasn't eaten all day.
Who has not eaten?
Okan, he has not eaten since.
One less mouth to feed. I may have to move some of you to another orphanage anyway.
I don't understand this country anymore. No electricity, no security, fuel. It's now 1,400 per liter. It used to be 197 naira just a few years ago.
You know what it is? The worst is the impunity. You know what it is. Governors and the president live in luxury while the masses suffer. We must arise to kick out this bad government to make this country okay. Yes, this country will be okay.
I am sorry.
I know this is not the best way to say goodbye, but I am not sure how much time I have left. I may not win this leukemia battle. Please, do not abandon the orphanage. You are not alone. I asked Aniette to save the 4 million instead of spending it on my treatment. The documents are in the blue file behind the old wardrobe. I know you wouldn't have approved. Forgive me. I love you.
I'm sorry too.
Oh boy. So that's a torture. I think it's time for me to drop the microphone for you guys to now ask me the questions. Please, a round of applause before. Please, we are going to go and do a bow. I can't do a bow without my person. Just bow and do it. Let's do a bow. Another person did it good, but he did my sound. Oh boy, the sound was something else. If this speaker was nice, all of you will see will hear the sound. So I beg, I can't take a bow without only me. So it's me and two of us that will do the bow. Anybody can ask questions, I think.
Good evening, everybody. Actually, I have 3 questions.
Okay.
So the first question is, okay, it's about the story, like the scripting for AI. So my question is, when you want to, okay, let me say that I have an idea of a story now, for example, and okay, let's say I put that story down like in a written form. Like, is scripting like the same way that they do scripting for screenplay? Like, is it necessary for scripting for AI, or do you just, I don't know, because okay, the second question is prompting. Like, the prompting aspect, like how can a beginner navigate prompting? Because okay, like today I tried something on Kling. So I just put in, for example, like a sentence, a woman of this and this, and what it gave me was rubbish. But then they say that, but then like somebody was like saying that in the prompting you have to add like the features, the face, how the face will look like, how the body will look like, something like. And I'm like, for a beginner, how do you navigate prompting? Like if you don't have the right terms or the right words to use, like to give to AI for it to give you like exactly what you want, how can you navigate that? Then the third question is, in AI, because I don't know whether it's because of the free version, but the one I've been trying, they often lack this emotional touch. But then I watched this last short film and I was moved. So I'm like, how the emotional part of AI filmmaking, how can somebody, because okay, let's assume like you want to make a short story and then you want it to touch people's hearts. How can one navigate that aspect? Is it through visual effects like what you mentioned, or?
Okay. I think you have 3 questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, the very first thing I asked you is, did you attend the AI master class before? If you have attended it, we talked about prompting. We gave a prompting formula, didn't we? Did we? So I think maybe you need to go back to the document in your Link School app and be able to look at the prompting, because we discussed how to prompt and the necessary ingredients to make up the prompt as a formula. Okay. Right? Then when it comes to script writing, as you say, right? You still write your script, but you tell AI to act as a story development consultant and criticize your script and tell you where it has problems. Do you understand? Yeah. Because AI, if you just say AI write me a script, you can write you a script, but it will be an original script. It will make sense. The essence of storytelling is that you're telling your own story. Every story should have an emotional and a personal touch, unless it's no longer your story, it's somebody else's story. So you write your story. Like here, I was discussing with Toby the other day that when I wrote this script, I put it to the AI in something and say act as a story. And if you the lesson was on script writing, AI for script writing. Everything that was explained there is what I did. Because I've already started, it is the same idea that I used in creating this. Do you understand? So I put it, this prompt is there. Just go back there to that same PDF document. Copy out the prompt, this thing that says, act as a story development consultant and criticize this script and put in that script to it. It will tell you what is wrong with it. When I first wrote this script, first of all, my first draft of this script, the man was just wicked to the boy with no reason. It was the AI that told me that there is no reason why this man is just wicked to the boy. Right? That I haven't figured out a causality why the man should be cruel to the boy. I initially didn't want the man to be cruel. I just wanted him to punish him and the guy feels bad. But midway into the story, the AI understood that I can't justify that this guy is just doing this thing to him and this guy is a good guy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if this guy can't be a good guy, I need to give him a reason why he is doing it. Now, the story of the 4 million this part came in. When I added the story of the 4 million part, it tells me there's no ending that is okay. I haven't resolved that part of that story. I had to go to the end to resolve it. And when I resolved it in the end, it came out perfectly because it now became a story of what? Sacrifice. So if you put in there, it will rubbish your script. I'm saying, I used to tell myself I don't have to write the script until I put it there. I was like, oh boy, I'm saying. But it makes you, no matter how good you are in anything, you need a second eye. So that is where you can use AI as your story development. It is important. Now, when it comes to prompting, there's a formula to it. And one of the things you also have to ask yourself, also beginners do, is they do the beginner's mistake, where you want to be perfect at the beginning. Don't have that mindset. There is one of the things there is one book called Growth Mindset, written by Carol West, right? The very first thing it says that you should have the beginner's mindset. What the beginner's mindset says is that you should be comfortable to make mistakes and being ridiculed for your mistake. It's like dancing. If anybody who doesn't know how to dance now is because you did not dance to be dance at the beginning. You must know, if you must learn how to dance, you must you must be ridiculed for dancing stupidly. There is no way anybody learn how to dance, and the very first they learn dancing, you talk to Michael Jackson. It's not possible. But if you keep dancing, you become what? Michael Jackson. So it is not easy, but you have the punch formula. Start making your mistakes. Let it be generating rubbish as you are saying, right? But keep trying it out, keep refining it. Just like Toby was saying, that at the point in time was AI that was teaching him what to write. I'm saying, one of the things that happened in this project, as I was discussing with Toby on Sunday, I noticed is that at the beginning part of the story, at the point in time when I reached the end, at the point I wanted to go back to the beginning and started doing the whole thing again. You know what? In the course of the project, I developed so well that at the end, if you look at the picture quality of the end and how the end was, you notice that it's not him and the beginning is not the same thing, because my prompting became better. And when my prompting became better, I felt like going back to the beginning to redo all those early things. But there was no time, so I wouldn't have even attempted that. But I'm saying that even at my own level, that when I started a project and at the end of the project I became better, nothing stops you. So don't start saying that, hey, how did I get good at it at the beginning? Start prompting, start doing it, you get better along the way. That's just what it is. Questions?
Okay, my question is about the art style, because I noticed it's quite different from normal AI. Or was it also an AI tool that you used to get the art style?
Okay, the art style.
Yes.
Okay, I deliberately made it an art style. The art style I used was graphic novel illustration, right? So it is when I was generating the picture that I defined the art style. So in my assets, I defined it have to be First of all, it was I did two. I started with what is called pentally illustration. But that pental illustration, if you watch at the beginning part, you notice that it was a little bit blurred and it was like painting. Like, listen, there was pentally style. But I also noticed that the AI was having issues doing the mid-level generations with the pentally style. So I had to, towards the end, you will see it is graphic novel illustration that I use. But it's in the generation of the images is where those magic happen. If I wanted a photorealistic image, I would generate a photorealistic image. So that when AI is now doing the iteration and the generation, it generates a photorealistic one. But this one, I used graphic novel illustration. And for me, I like the artistic part of it because when I watch a fully photorealistic AI movie, I start looking for mistake. Do you understand? I start looking for where is the mistake. But if you are watching something that looks cartoonish, you are not looking for the mistakes. There are 1,001 mistakes there, but you are not going to be seeing it because that is not what you are looking for. Your brain is not automated to be looking for mistakes in that. But when it is so realistic, you want to say, where is it? Where did they make mistake? And those kind of stuff, which sometimes spoils the creativity for the person, the audience. That's for me. I'm not saying my opinion is valid in all circumstances. Okay. Any other question? Any other question? Okay. If there is no other question, then we'll do 3 activities now, which is we are going to share the links on YouTube. You guys are going to please go to the 4 videos and like and comment. Let's see your feedback in the comment section. There is internet here, so nobody can say there's no. You see, thumbs up, right? There's free internet there here. I mean, give everybody their password. It's Draco Kraken. So go over to YouTube, right? First of all, subscribe to Please Ask YouTube channel if you have not. Right? Yeah. So give everybody the password. Subscribe to the Please Ask YouTube channel if you have not. Right? Then go over. If you go to the YouTube channel, you will see those 3 videos are already there. Like and comment on them. Then please, we want to follow her on YouTube. We have to follow her. So it's a must. So we have 4 activities: following her and liking her videos. And everybody, before you leave here, you can't come here and be enjoying all this before you leave here, you show me say you have liked and commented on those videos. And commented on those videos. And then I'm following you already now. Yeah. Okay. It's writing the distance. So that's the activity we have. Then I think we can
What about Ocon?
You played well today.
What did I do?
He hates me.
He doesn't. Everyone carries pain. He has his, you have yours. When the root is gone, even the wind feels like an enemy.
He is too harsh.
Shh, it's okay now. In your case, you feel punishment twice. Once from the pain, and once from their absence. You will always wonder what life would be if they were still here.
I can't keep doing this. How do I feed the son of the man who ruined us?
It is not the boy's fault. It's the father's.
Neither is it my fault. Look at you. 4 million naira for your treatment. He smiled in our house, prayed with us, then disappeared with our money.
It is not the boy's fault. Promise me you will not punish him for his father's sin.
Step by step, watch it grow. Putting my heart on the page, letting the feeling show.
Oh, a lamp!
Stop it and ticklish! You have released.
No matter what, don't come out.
Okan, come and eat. Okan hasn't eaten all day.
Who has not eaten?
Okan, he has not eaten since.
One less mouth to feed. I may have to move some of you to another orphanage anyway.
Hey, give back! Hey!
I don't understand this country anymore. No electricity, no security, fuel. It's now 1,400 per liter. It used to be 197 naira just a few years ago.
You know what it is? The worst is the impunity. You know what it is? Governors and the president live in luxury while the masses suffer. We must arise to kick out this bad government to make this country okay. Yes, this country will be okay.
I am sorry.
Mr.
Chef, it's a two-finger crush.
Chef of life.
I know this is not the best way to say goodbye, but I am not sure how much time I have left. I may not win this leukemia battle. Please, do not abandon the orphanage. You are not alone. I asked Aniette to save the $4 million instead of spending it on my treatment. The documents are in the blue file behind the old wardrobe. I know you wouldn't have approved. Forgive me. I love you. Me. I love you.